I decided to give this section of the video its own little short lecture so that you guys recognized how important it was. And what I want to talk about here in this section is not harvesting frozen vegetables. What do I mean by that? So let's put a little scenario together. Let's imagine it's 6:30 in the morning and you go outside and you open up your cold frames and it's maybe 20 degrees outside. You open up those frames and you look at all your plants and they look awful. Okay? They're going to look terrible. They're frozen. It's cold. And they're going to look awful. If you harvest any of those vegetables right now and take them in, all you're going to get is a mushy mess. Okay? Is what you need to do instead is you need to wait for it to warm up in your cold frames until it gets up above freezing and those plants thaw out. If they thaw out naturally while they're still attached to their own roots, then everything will be okay. Their cell structure will restore itself and it'll be just fine. But if you cut those plants off while they're frozen, they're just going to turn into a mushy mess. Okay? Now there are a couple of exceptions to that. One of them is mosh. You can harvest mosh frozen and it will be okay. It won't be as good as if you had harvested it when it was thawed out, but it still will be usable if you harvest it frozen. And then you can also usually get away with harvesting your carrots when they're frozen, and they'll be all right as well. So, but beyond that, anything else, you need to wait until it's warmer for the harvest to happen. So that means you can't come home from work at 7 o'clock and want to have a salad for dinner and go out and harvest things from your cold frame when it's 20 degrees outside, because everything in your cold frame is probably going to be back down to freezing and you'll just get mush. Okay, so you kind of have to plan things out and think about it. And I'll often kind of go out and do my harvesting just as the last rays of sunshine are on my cold frames, and then I know that everything's going to be all right. So just make sure you don't harvest frozen. You'll end up with mush. If you wait and let it thaw out, then everything will be perfect and taste delicious.